This is Housing News 360. The headlines: stakeholders push PPP improved mortgage system to address housing deficits. Quantity surveyors seeks partnership on infrastructural development. Imo, Abia residents says lack of continuity barrier to housing programs. From the foreign scene, transition to smart, inclusive cities requires multifaceted approach. The stakeholders in the housing sector have advocated for adoption of the Public-Private Partnership (PPP), alternate building materials and improved mortgage system to tackle the housing deficit. The stakeholders made the remark in a survey conducted by the News Agency of Nigeria in Rivers, Akwa Ibom and Cross River states. The survey stated that eschew of politics and involvement of a clear housing policy would also tackle the housing deficit and estate abandonment. Speaking in Port Harcourt, River State, a real estate expert, Mahesh China, urged the government to use the PPP instead of private developers to tackle the deficit, adding that the partnership should be devoid of political bias. However, the Chief Executive Officer, Construction and Housing Mayor Limited, said the partnership should focus on the area of free land allocations to real estate developers with proven track records, adding that the state government should also provide a percentage of funds as a take-off grant to assist developers actualize low-cost housing projects. The Nigerian Institute of Quantity Surveyors (NIQS) has sought to partner with Julius Berger Nigerian PLC in infrastructural development. The chairman of NIQS Foundation Board of Trustees, Olusegun Ajanle-Koko, made the plea when he led the board on a courtesy visit to the construction company. Ajanle-Koko, who described the construction company as a beacon of excellence, welcomed the opportunity to partner with the firm to broaden the foundation scope. He further said the visit is an opportunity to strengthen their partnership and collectively explore ways to further the objectives of the foundation. He said that as a foundation, they are committed to supporting initiatives that enhance capacity building, research and sustainable development in the quantity survey profession and construction industry at large. The Lagos State government has commenced an urban renewal project in Iyanoiba, Ojo Local Council, which aims to boost business activities, upgrade infrastructure and elevate the quality of life in the region. The project, known as Platinum Shopping Complex, backed by the Lagos State Development and Property Corporation, Ojo Local Council, Amiral Global Investment Services, First Trust Mortgage Bank and MGE Realty Limited, is strategically located near the Specialist General Hospital, State University and the proposed Lagos Rail Mass Transit Purple Line. At the groundbreaking ceremony, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu said the complex is part of a broader plan to revitalize the region, the transportation infrastructure and also the fiscal infrastructure. He, however, announced an 18-month timeline for the project, aiming to commission it before the end of his administration. He also assured residents that prices would remain affordable and contractors would be supervised to ensure quality and cost effectiveness. The former chairman of the Nigerian Institute of Estate Surveyors and Valuers, Faculty of Estate Agency and Marketing, Sam Eboigbe, has expressed deep concern over the Nigerian struggling economy and the rising exchange rate negatively impacting the real estate sector. At his 60th birthday celebration, Eboigbe lamented the economic instability, stating that the soaring exchange rate has made investors wary. Eboigbe, who is a member of the Estate Surveyor and Valuers Registration Board of Nigeria, highlighted how the skyrocketing cost of building materials has led to abandonment projects as many investors struggle to keep up with rising expenses. He also added that the rising cost of building materials pushed developers to opt for substandard alternatives, compromising structural integrity. He called on the federal government to intervene and curb inflation, emphasizing that the high construction cost is worsening Nigerians' housing crisis. Professionals under the aegis of the Nigerian Institute of Civil Engineers, Lagos Chapter and the Lagos State Materials Testing Laboratory have stressed the need for Nigerians to use the right professionals to reduce the alarming rate of building collapse. They made the call at a sensitization walk organized by NICE in conjunction with the Lagos State Materials Testing Laboratory titled "Say No to Building and Infrastructure Collapse." The chairman of NICE, Faith Ukoni, said the gesture is part of the commitment of the professionals towards sustaining advocacy, stepping up policy and ensuring containment of the menace of building collapse in Lagos. She added that the Nigerian Building and Road Research Institute disclosed that over 50 building collapses occurred in Nigeria between 2010 and 2020, claiming hundreds of lives, injuries and economic losses. The NICE chairman further explained that through improved advocacy and awareness programs, people are educated on the need to get the right people for their building projects. The residents of Imo and Abia State in the southeast have expressed deep concern over the worsening housing deficit in different parts of the country and advocated serious state and federal government commitment towards tackling the national challenge. A cross-section of the people, including civil servants, housing agents, consultants, as well as public affairs analysts, blamed the unhealthy and embarrassing situation on the lack of continuity in the implementation of housing programs by successive administrations in different states of the Federation. In Imo, respondents' survey on the problem of housing crisis in parts of the country said the solution to the problem lays with successive governments sustaining and building on inherited housing programs initiated by their predecessors. However, the state governor, Hope Uzodinma, has made it clear in his budget speech that he is focused on providing affordable housing for the people of Imo State. From the foreign scene, the United Nations Human Settlements Program said the transition to smart and inclusive cities requires a multifaceted approach that leverages digital technologies and prioritizes social inclusion and equitable development. The United Nations body stated this in its report titled "Monitoring Smart Inclusive Transitions for an Equitable Urban Future Using Global Urban Monitoring Framework." It stressed that the international guidelines on people-centered smart cities under preparation by the United Nations Habitat will offer a strong foundation for national and local governments. In a forward to the report by the Director of External Relations, Strategy, Knowledge and Innovation Division, United Nations Habitat, Dr. Eldam Yemeru, noted that through a people-centered approach to smart city development, cities could empower undeserved communities and promote social mobility. The report, however, highlighted that by adopting the Global Urban Monitoring Framework developed by the United Nations Habitat, cities can holistically track their progress towards becoming more sustainable, resilient and inclusive.
Visit Housing TV Africa on YouTube and click on the subscribe button. Subscribe to Housing TV Africa to stay updated on latest happenings in Nigeria's housing sector. Follow our social media pages, like and share our posts on Facebook, Housing TV Africa, on Twitter, Housing TV Africa, Instagram, Housing TV Africa. Join the conversation and keep up with latest housing updates.
Housing TV Africa, your first in housing development broadcasting.